All right, Happy New Year, everybody. I'm here continuing my odyssey at Micro Stakes, No Limit. And today, it's pretty simple. We're playing 4 tables as opposed to 2, which I've been doing for the past few weeks. And I only have one goal besides timing out. Not timing out. First, may I say Happy New Year to all of you. And I don't know if I said this because with 4 tables, my mind's kind of all over the place, but I'm going to be dropping videos on you all. Oh, snap. I'm going to be dropping videos on you all 8 weeks in a row. So hold on to your pants. Here you can really re-raise or you can just flat. I mean, I've got a good draw in position. If he bets again, I can evaluate the bet size, decide whether or not I want to jam. Maybe I have fold equity, maybe I don't. That's a pretty big bet. I think I'm just gonna. I don't know anything about this guy. I think I'm just gonna play for my implied odds if I hit one of my hands, and I may. Well, definitely gonna try and steal this if he checks because he may have a busted draw himself, and I might be able to take it away from him. Whereas at the bigger stakes, I think people might call big draws. I don't really know anything about the opponent. I'm gonna probably try to go at least half pot bet, maybe 2/3 pot there, and try and steal it. But no, for real, my I forgot this was. I was like, I'm up like $30 on the table, but no, the bottom right table's 50-cent dollar. I've got now a $500 bankroll on this site with this piece of trash software. I think the software is terrible. Like the icons are really small for 4 tabling. It's not terrible. It's better than nothing. The icons are really small. The buttons are annoying. I can't really articulate exactly why. It's just I don't know. I miss Full Tilt and Poker Stars and Party Poker and Ultimate Bet and all the incredible software that was afforded us US players back in the glory days. And I really hope that if and when we get online poker again in this damn country of mine, we have nice software. Because if we don't, it will be a tragedy and a travesty. Anyhow, my one goal, I keep beating around the bush, dancing on the table, over the coffee pot, and around the mulberry bush. My goal is just to crush everybody today. I'm out for blood. I am going to play perfect poker, and I'm going to educate you all on how to do that, and then I am going to just massacre every single player at this table, especially El Chiodo, who dared to call King Jack off in the small blind against me earlier, and yeah, he played a hand pretty poorly. Check call and then tried to bluff me on the Tizern. And here I may. Alright, so here you can. A lot of people bet again, but there aren't too many hands that I'm going to be betting again, and a lot of his hands his aces are not folding, and a lot of his hands that we're going to check raise. A lot of his hands that are we're going to check raise because I think I have fold equity over naked ace, and if I get called, I'm going to shut down on the river unless I improve. Booyah! That's how you do it. Yeah. I don't think so. Yeah, you don't have fold equity. I don't have fold equity by betting, but I have fold equity by check raising over naked ace, and I get a free card if he's got a 7. And I think the 7s that he has that he cold calls in position, he's not folding to another bet, and then I can't tell on the river how wide his range is. And so on and so forth. So I don't know whether or not I should be barreling, and my range is pretty compressed to really strong aces plus and bluffs, and I just have no reads. So yeah, I like that play. aggro play better than um, the check aggro play better than the bet aggro play, if you catch what I'm saying. What did you guys get for holiday presents? Get anything good? I got some yoga pants that are really comfortable. I'm not wearing them now though. And I got a pretty sweet workout hoodie. So I just started doing CrossFit again, and it's pretty cold where I'm at, so gotta have that hoodie. Got some anime. So I got part 1 of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which is the bomb, and I got Steins Gate, which I just started watching, and it's really trippy, hilarious, time travel, quantum mechanics, science adventure series. It's badass, and it's got a sweet theme song. The main character's a mad scientist, and he's hilarious. What else? What else? What else did I get? Got some chocolate. Got some dried blueberries from Trader Joe's. Those are the bomb. Tell me what you got. I want to hear. I want to hear what cool gifts are out there. Oh, I got some UGG slippers, gray. They're the shit. Oh wow. So tough. Re-raise. This is really kind of a tough spot because to 4-bet here is sort of kind of oogly, and it just says that I've got the nuts and he's never going to really 5-bet jam, and like jacks are, I don't know, kind of not that strong. Here, I mean, I think you can do a few things. You could check raise, but then he's really not going to call with worse unless maybe he'll call with like ace king. I guess I'll put him in here and see if he'll call with ace king as opposed to and put me on a flush draw, as opposed to just call and hope that he continues to bluff and whatnot. I think like maybe calling might be slightly better at other stakes, but at higher stakes. But even so, like when I do call, my range is pretty compressed. The higher you go, people are not going to be like, oh, this monkey just called with like pocket sevens under the gun. When I call, he's going to be like, oh, he's got pocket tens, jacks, queens, kings, or aces. I haven't gotten aces at all today, and believe me, I was playing for a bit of time before you guys arrived. I was trying to get my act together. See, I guess this is the difference. My personality in videos, like I'm just like in hyper mode when I'm in hyper mode when I'm playing playing 4 tables, B, have just gotten to the gym. So what does he got when he calls here? Could have a big flush draw. He could have a pocket pair. I don't know if I have really any fold equity, and I don't know anything about this dude. So I'm just gonna check and hit an ace or king. I'll just not continue there, and this is somewhat interesting in that I think I can bet that and hope that he has no spade and folds, and I'm going to go for the delay check raise there. Do you guys think I should have just given up there? I don't know. Big check raise. Hope he has like pocket tens and I hit a 6 on the top left. Ooh, so what could he have here? I guess I just gotta bet and find out. Wow, snap shoves. He snap shoves. 16. I mean, this is a fold because he's not going to be shoving. He's not shoving 2 pair and like snap shoving 2 pair. What? I mean, what 2 pair? 10 queen. Push it. He said push it. No, fold. That's a definite fold. That's a tough one to make. I think a lot of people call there, but I'm getting pretty damn good odds. see if I can. Nope. Yeah, I'd have to check that out in the video to calculate the exact pot odds, but it looked pretty damn good. Pretty don't have to be right too often, but I think I'm right never. So with that call, if it was possible that you could conceivably have maybe a flush draw that picked up two pair, couple of combinations that I might be ahead of, at least that might decide to weirdly shove the river instead of call, then I would call. But I, generally speaking, don't. After I show tremendous strength with no reads, and the guy types in chat, push it. I think that's just like I think it's pretty, almost always like a very cocky way of saying, like, I've got the nuts and just call it off, like, let it go, put your money in, give it to me already, we know you're going to. It's that type of rhetoric. So cool tricks donks. I think I'll take one off here with the gut shot and grab the freebie to the river, and if squirrel folded and cool tricks checked, I would put him in on the turn. El Chiodo, I'm going to call ace-8. I don't really know what that means when he opens, but when he opens for that ownage, when he opens for that price on the button, but it's worth paying attention to in the future if I have a hand that I can compete with him on with one of those. I saw I gotta keep remembering this is 50-cent dollar on the bottom right, because I'm like, 3? What? That's so huge, but yeah, not really. Saw a couple good movies. Few. I saw The Queen of Versailles documentary, available Netflix streaming. It's about like the family of the owner of the most biggest timeshare company in America. They were building this 90,000 square foot mansion and opening a new timeshare like near Planet Hollywood in Vegas, and the documentary was filming during the economic collapse. And so it's like a hilarious, amazing, they have incredible access, riches to rags story. And this family is absolutely ridiculous. The wife is a character. She used to be like a Miss America type, and they've got like 8 or 9 kids. And there's one point where he's like, yeah, I mean, the dude is super rich. He's like, I mean, super rich, and he's like, yeah, I got a lot of people wouldn't be happy to know this, but I'm responsible for getting George W. Bush elected. And the documentarian asks on camera, like, what? How? And he goes, oh, I don't know if I could say, because squeeze play, I could 4-bet, but we'll chill. He's like, oh, I don't know if I can say because it might have been illegal. And they leave it at that. So yeah, I'd recommend checking that one out. Really entertaining. I saw 2 great movies in the movie theaters. I saw Django Unchained, which is Quentin Tarantino's latest. And if you like Quentin Tarantino, see it. If you haven't seen Quentin Tarantino at all, it's like another revenge movie, alternate history type of movie in the vein of Kill Bill and Inglourious Basterds, both like must-see movies. But it's a super violent slave revenge movie. Jamie Foxx is in it. Christoph Waltz, who's in Inglourious Basterds, is incredible. Leonardo DiCaprio, Samuel L. Jackson. It was fun, really fun and funny, and kind of weird to be like, hey, you don't really see a movie in which you're put in the Civil War period, and just like the South, in which slaves, it would have been sweet if you raised. I got to re-raise 2x in a row on the top right. Yeah, in which we have slaves, and it's like weird. It's surreal that this was only a little over 100 years ago. We were trafficking in African slaves in the United States. It's super strange, and it's strange to find yourself like just laughing at some really dark humor in this movie. So yeah, I saw that, and then I also saw uh, Zero Dark 30, which was also great and had some amazing acting by the lead actress, but her name escapes me right now. She's really cute too, and she's very impressive. And Coach Taylor from Friday Night Lights is in it in like a very Coach Taylor role. And also the dude from Parks and Recreation is in it, like Andy. He's badass Navy SEAL. Anyway, it's about the hunt for Bin Laden. It basically opens over black with the phone calls, and the voices of people who died on 9/11, and you just hear it. Like normally the 9/11 sort of the way 9/11 has been featured in movies and documentaries has been to see the plane hit the twin towers, but here you just are forced to sit there and listen to it, and it's then you listen to that for a couple minutes, and whoa. Uh, then it cuts to like 2 years later, and you're in the middle of a CIA blacklist site and a torture program, and it's basically like Al Qaeda attacked us, and as a result, did tons of we basically sacrificed our liberties, developed a insane torture program across the world, committed many atrocities, uh, all in the name of getting Bin Laden. And so uh, it's just like it's kind of a blend of drama and documentary. It's almost like sort of like I've heard it described as new journalism. It's fictionalized, but it's also stays very close to the truth of the story of how it took us 10 years to get Bin Laden and the type of people involved in the CIA. And it's a pretty even-handed look at like September 11th happened, here were the results, here are the consequences, and it's just like a really awesome. I don't know if anyone's seen Homeland, but it's like the ultimate Homeland episode basically. I would totally recommend seeing this movie, especially if you don't. Why did I check that river? That was terrible. Well, whatever. I wouldn't have made much money. See, I get distracted by talking about movies. Note to self. Yeah, especially if you don't know like the details of how we went into Pakistan and got Bin Laden in the end. That's just like a really ridiculous, incredible, intriguing story. So yeah. In terms of poker, this is like my first session in a while. But now that I've got this, all right, this is super weird. So he re-raises. This guy just shoves. I mean, I think I can call this guy, and I guess if this guy shoves, I'm now like pot committed. So under the gun open, this guy pops. Don't know anything about him. So if he bets here, I have to fold. But yeah, that's okay. Damn. See, I made the right play, I guess. Maybe I could have folded against. Well, I couldn't really fold because this guy's shoving a super wide range. Poker I haven't gotten to play that much, but now that I've got this bankroll on, and let's check. Let's do a little no-no and check the cashier to see how we're doing at the moment. So I'm down about 100. So there goes my $500. Oops. There goes my $500 bankroll. But we'll see where we're at the end of the session. See, that's a bad thing, is to check the bankroll in the middle of a session. Don't do that. As evidenced by all that I've been saying and teaching in previous episodes or videos in this last run. But yeah, now that I've got this little bankroll, I hope to be putting in, especially since I'm doing 8 videos in a row in the next couple of months. Let's three ball this. I hope to be playing a little bit more, at least more than one session a week. I hope to be getting some volume in, and very shortly I am probably, hopefully, by the next video, I'm going to invest in Poker Tracker finally and get that up and running, start doing some analysis on my game, start doing some more hand history reviews, because I guess my goal for playing these sticks is really to continue to expose myself to hands and repetition, just sharpen my game in ways that I wasn't in the past, get myself ready to be able to play more poker if and when legislation happens at higher stakes, and just keep my poker brain keep my poker brain. Check raising here isn't a bad idea, to be honest, with these monkeys. I'm gonna go for a check raise on River Red again, because he bets a lot on the turn. Yeah, keep my game sharp, and if I decide to play in the World Series, one sec while I silence the dog. I've got the sucker. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my game sharp for if I play in the World Series, playing any other tournaments throughout the year, and so on and so forth. Hopefully I don't go bust it again, because I continue to deposit like a couple of $100 and just bust it. But it's nearly always from playing like a terrible session or jumping up in stakes and like playing PLO. So I really intend to not do that this time, and to really treat this like a bankroll. So if I bust it, obviously I'm playing 50-cent dollar, which is I only got 5 buy-ins for, so that's like pretty risky. The only reason I'm actually playing that is because I couldn't get a 4th table, and I wanted to play 4 tables for this video, and that was the only one available. But even at 25 cent, 50 cent, I only have 10 buy-ins, and so it's not, as Tommy Fook would say, this is not smart bankroll management. Taylor KB would not approve. So yeah. So this guy is like super loose. Pocket Kangs, yo. What up? Interesting that he pops that out of the blind. I guess he could have added something like ace 10 off or king jack off and fold it. I mean, I guess there are a lot of hands that he could pop that from pop that up with from the blind and then fold 2-3 bet side position. Makes sense, eh? So I've been trying to like get I guess I'm gonna have to post on 2+2. Seemingly everyone at DC is gun shy about posting their thoughts on how the games have changed. I mean, I guess it's because everyone is struggling because the games have gotten harder, but I mean, hard to say how they've gotten harder. I think I asked this question in a previous video, either one video or two videos ago, and then somebody actually posted about it in the forums, and I bumped that asking to get people's opinion, but no one has really ventured forth an opinion yet. So I suppose it's going to be up to me to construct my own views. But it would still be cool if anyone wants to weigh in and talk about how it doesn't even necessarily have to be at this site, just micro stakes games in general. What the dilly? How have they changed since Black Friday? How are they tougher? Like where do you guys think the best way and style to exploit people is? I mean, obviously game selection is more important than ever. You know, you don't want to be playing a game with 6 multi-tabling robotic regulars at the same time. Or maybe there's ways to exploit new ways, old ways to exploit the multi-tabling robots. Maybe a loose aggressive style that they're not used to might do well in these games. I don't know. I'm just sort of throwing out ideas to get the ball rolling. So here I like betting, even with bottom pairs, if I was bluffing, just to take down the pot. Now this is super weird. Like, if he leads again, I imagine he has. Yeah, I mean, I win now. Well, he could have a 6, but I imagine like if he leads again, I mean, I could easily have a 10, and I didn't fold the turn, so I can easily comfortably fold the river. Man, I hate these fools who 3-bet my pocket fives. Don't like it. Don't like it one bit. I've been thinking about rewatching 2 Months 2 Million, revisit the past. I haven't watched that since like '09. Well, I've watched like an episode here or there, but I'm thinking about rewatch, thinking about tweeting on Twitter when I do. Who knows? All right. So here I lead just to see where I'm at. Like, I want to get stuff going. Here I guess I'll check and see what he does and maybe put the money in, maybe not. And I'll just check and again see what he does. I guess he super pots this. What could he have? Would he pot with a 10? No, he could have a deuce. He could have a backdoor flush with ace of diamonds. Yeah, I don't think he's bluffing there for that amount of money. There just aren't many hands that he would have there that would bluff. I'm always tempted to be like, yo, mo money, put your stack in, show me that you got a 5. Just overbet. $7 holla. But it's not really a good play. So I refrain. So I guess here you can call or 3-bet. Sometimes I like to call as I like to see if somebody else might squeeze behind, but for the most part, I'm going to hit an ace or a 10 or a heart now. Wow. I was really honestly surprised. That's the thing about poker. You're not supposed to really have expectations, so you can't be surprised. I suppose I knew deep down from all the poker that I played, like, I'm not going to beat those kings all the time, but it really felt like I was. Here I'm usually going to check raise this hand rather than check call against an unknown, because check calling I don't think you ever get bluffed. So I lose value with my strong hand on this flop. Think of it like a limit hold'em. Well, the limit hold'em, I guess we'd be facing more bets from a wider range of hands on the turn, weaker hands, but think of it like, if you call, the guy's going to put you on. Like, people just aren't too aggressive on the turn in the river on an ace-high board. Whereas if you check raise, I can get called by a worse ace. I might even get floated. More good things can happen. I can get more value out of my hand. No love on the kings. Let's go with the aggro 4-6 of diamonds rather than the weak passive call. Gonna take all his money if he calls the flop. But he didn't call the flop. So what are you guys mainly? I guess if you guys are watching this, you guys are mainly playing 6-max, small stakes, micro stakes. But if any of you are playing heads up and are interested in me like two-tabling and adding a heads up table, or just adding a heads up table to the mix in any of the forthcoming videos. Post in the thread if you'd prefer that I just, you know, keep that out of it. Post that in the thread too. I'm always interested in getting a little heads up action in the mix. So sometimes like I'm tempted to wow, a lot of action all over the place. I'm tempted to like check this and hope that something interesting. Let's hope I fill up. I mean, he check raised me with like a 10-eye flush. Weird. Alright, gotta make that note. Yeah, it was a lot of action. My brain is just equalizing. I haven't faced 3 tables in which I've had hands simultaneously in like ages. Oops. I made a couple of teeny tiny button mistakes. I attribute it to this terrible software, to be honest. I wouldn't be misclicking like this if I was on good old full tilt. Oh, I guess I would get used to it if I just 4-tabled on this more often. I just can't imagine how this is going to look when I get a HUD up and running. It's just going to be like, I'm going to need to get those glasses for, I forget what they're called, like laser eyes or razor eyes, or I don't know, something like that. Those glasses that you wear to keep your eyes from exploding when you play a lot of computer games. Yeah. So I'm too tempted to just complete with any 2 suited in the small blind. Bust another round and Bohunk's behind. Pop says magnitude. Jacks. Speaking of jacks. So what's his range here? It's probably Jack X plus any spade. He might even bet like pocket 8s with or without a spade on the turn again. And now the question is, if he checks, can I bluff him off a better hand? I don't know. He's probably going to be checking some spade as well. I I don't know. Would you guys bet there to try and move him off a better hand? Do you guys think he would check some spades, like pocket eights with a spade that say he bet the turn with? That's an interesting hand. And if you do bet there, which hands do you check? So here it's interesting. Some might take a check here because they think A, jack will fold, and B, obviously draws will fold. So if you check, you could get a draw to bluff. But I guess I just don't know too much about how bad these guys are, so I might as well continue to bet. Loose UTG open. This time I'll just call because we're kind of deep, although that might even be a better reason to 3-ball. I'll bet this. Check this. This guy calls again. He's got an ace all the way home. So here I alternate between calling and 3-betting. This time I'm going to 3-bet. If he opened, and I honestly usually 3-bet this hand out of position. It's just like such a passive. Well, there are specific opponents that I would call that hand against because I think I think they're like maybe a little too aggro in position, or not calling enough 3-bets out of position, some combination of the two. So I think calling is going to be more profitable, but it's usually opponent dependent. So here I'm just going to ship and get him to put in whatever the hell he check raised with, unless he was bluffing, in which case, good for him. I think I'm going to lose. No, I won. See, it works reverse too. So raise. Let's 3-bet ace jack off. I hate calling that hand in position. Love flopping pair plus flush draw. Love it. I'm actually going to take a free one against this dude because he's kind of a bit of a mongoloid. And I think he'll probably get saucy when given the opportunity, but this time I guess he just didn't care. Alright, we'll go one or two more orbits. We're at like 45 minutes. I feel like we had a nice session. I'm running out of steam. One thing I guess worth talking about with regard to just moving up the amount of tables you play. I mean, I imagine some of you guys don't play this many tables. Imagine some of you guys play more tables. Really, the key is, and I've learned this with writing as well, you gotta just like go until you start to feel your energy sapping and then stop. And the next time you play, try to go a little bit longer. If you can't, don't worry about it. Like the more you practice with more tables, the longer you'll be able to play more tables at once. 4 without burning out, and the easier you'll be able to do that as well. You won't feel as frenzied. I'm gonna go with a little half pot bet size tell bluff here against Mizzou Swimmer because I'm trying to knock out his gibberish that he calls with. Oh, deuces. Whenever I get deuces towards the end of a video, I nearly always try to put them in a position in which somebody can crack them. Haha. Damn, it feels good to be a gangsta. Take a little bit of a loose peel here. See, like, when he checks, I think he's probably got a pocket pair that's less than an ace or an ace, so I suppose I could bet twice to try and get him off it, but I don't know. Let's see. What are we going to put him on? I say he's got pocket tens. Same thing. So obvious. Just gonna muck this because he bets into three other people. I don't have a backdoor flush draw. I'd probably peel one if I had a backdoor flush draw, or if there were, of course, three people total in the hand. You just have really bad reverse implied odds if you call that flop. It's like, yeah, you got a pair, but if you hit an ace, like, you're kind of screwed a lot of the time against like sets, ace king, jack queen. You're only really going to get action from better hands when you hit an ace. When you hit a 10, players with a king, pocket aces, they're going to shut down. Even draws are going to shut down when you're calling into multiple people. So it's just like calling is basically hoping that they're bluffing into three people and then hoping that they just shut down. All right, let's check the cashier. Let's see how we did. How do you refresh this? Oh no, I don't have my... Oh, here we go. Oh, baby. So we won. We won a little bit of money. Not that it matters. I feel if you watched my last video, maybe you did, maybe you just signed up for DC at the beginning of January. Happy New Year to you. Everything at the beginning, like the circle is now complete. Um, that made no sense, except in my head. Yeah, it's cool that I'm up $36. That my goal of crushing everyone was sort of fulfilled, but really this was all about just putting in an A game session and well, I don't, or feeling good about having like a really good four tabling session. I feel pretty good about how I played all my decisions. There were a couple of misclicks that I wouldn't have liked to make, and a couple of hands in which maybe I should have bet the river to move that guy off black aces on the four flush board. Maybe I should have called that pocket sixes set hand from earlier, but I don't think so. So yeah, I feel pretty good about everything, and that's about that. So I will see you guys in a week, and feed me some comments, and this X sign is tilting. I hate Windows. Alright, catch you guys soon. Good luck.